Joined now by the newest member of the Ohio State staff. Greg, what does it feel like now? I mean, 11 years at Rutgers and to now be back in the college ranks. What is this day like to be back in the recruiting ranks again?
Well, it's an exciting day. You know, it's very competitive, the recruiting at this level. And, you know, you work very hard at it, and then this is the day where it all culminates. And it was good. We signed a great class, and we're adding it to a great group of players that are already in the program, so it's an exciting day.
How much of a benefit do you feel like for Ohio State you could be, especially on the East Coast when it comes to recruiting?
Well, you know, I've recruited for a long time, and it was just this last stint in the NFL that I didn't. So hopefully that'll help, and hopefully some of the NFL background stuff is good for high school players who'd like to ascend through college to the NFL. But we have a great staff of recruiters, and that's one of the reasons, our head coach being the best. And to me, I think that's one of the reasons that Ohio State continually signs great classes.
And you said, you know, once today is over, it's really not over because it's just a sort of a building block as you move forward and get those next new guys.
There's no doubt about it. Recruiting is so far advanced. Even since I left college football in 2011, recruiting has sped up so much. And I think it's critical, though, that we as college coaches pump the brakes a little bit and make sure we're doing the right thing. You know, sometimes you get caught up with the inertia of it all, and you have to make sure you're picking the players that are best for your program.
And when you look at this class that you've just brought in, what are you most excited about when you're looking at this all these defensive players?
Well, I think the class is really balanced. You know, you look offense, defense, special teams, guys that can run, big guys. I think it's an exciting group because we get a little bit of everything. It's a big class. Now, that's because we had so many guys leave for the NFL early, but it's a big class. So when you have a big class, you can address a lot of the different needs and make the numbers match the way you'd like.
Are there any guys in particular that you see right now and think these guys could be real impact players here?
You know, there are, but I hesitate to get into that only because I think there's enough pressure on these kids coming as freshmen, away from home, all that stuff. To put more pressure on them, I never like to do that. But rest assured, there's some guys that we're going to count on to step on that field, whether it be as a starter or a situational player. And I think there's some guys that are talented enough to do that.
And just for you to be back in the college atmosphere, what was it about Ohio State that made you decide that you wanted to come back and get back into this?
Well, it's obviously a tremendous program, one of the top in the country, but it was really my relationship with Urban that brought me back to college coaching, and he's a good friend and a guy that I really believe in the same things that he does, so that's what's made it easy for me to do.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We will send it back to the studio in Chicago.